Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these people?
Who are these people? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Pro Wrestling Talk. I know it's been quite a long time, but let's go with it.
Well, we've been trying to get our schedules together, and then we weren't really feeling good. I know I wasn't feeling good last week, and your internet took a dump.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my internet's giving me trouble even now, but at least it's good enough for me to go live. But we'll see what happens when Alice comes on, because my internet's giving me a hard time all day. So hopefully I will do something. But my name's Andrew.
You look great. I mean, you're not like glitching like you were yesterday. You were glitching a little bit yesterday, but
I know
you seem fine
I know
now.
it's frustrating because I pay like $95 a month for the highest internet speed Comcast has, and look at this. I glitch and lag and all this bullshit. I think that the main router's in living room right over here, so I'm not sure whether the signal isn't going to the wall properly or what, but that's the only thing I could think of on why I can't. My stream has issues. At least I have issues. So yeah. So that's what's been going on last few weeks. I'm not feeling too hot right now, but you know what? I haven't done the show in nearly a month, so let's suck it up. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So let's just get into it, because if not, then whatever. So let's see. Where the hell do I start?
Where do you want to start?
I guess we'll start with Cena's retirement show, because we'll just go from there and figure out, because
wait, hang on. Why don't we start with War Games? Because I don't think we did War Games. We did maybe a preview, but I don't think we reviewed it.
I could have sworn we did. Let me see. Because it's been so long that I don't remember whether. Let me check the archive, because I thought we did, but let's see here.
Maybe we did. I don't know. It's been so long.
Yeah, we did review it. It's 2 weeks ago.
All right, so let's start with Cena.
Yeah.
Well, you go ahead. You go first. You tell me your thoughts, because I know your mom and my thoughts and your mom's thoughts. She's so cute, by the way. She's just like, I hated it.
Yeah. So Cena's had his retirement show 2 weeks ago. Yeah. It wasn't last week. Was it last week? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, because we were supposed to do it Sunday, and
yeah, right. Yeah, so last week was Saturday night's main event, Cena's retirement match, or retirement show. Oh, by the way, Jesse did appear on it, but it was in the pre-show,
The pre-show. I was like,
which I didn't watch. So
no,
that's
I
what.
didn't. We didn't watch it. You know, I was just
Yeah,
like, "Are we gonna get on and do this?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I didn't know Alex was gonna come on. That was freaking awesome. It was me, Alex, and Angel,
yeah, yeah.
all on
I
the
didn't know
same
either.
thing, and we got to watch Saturday Night's main event. So, are we gonna start with the first match, or are we just gonna talk about Cena's match?
Yeah, I guess we can run through the matches real quick. Oh, the first match was WWE Champion Cody Rhodes versus NXT World Champion Oba Femi. This match was I thought was pretty good. I
It
mean,
was pretty good.
I always liked Oba Femi since he first appeared in NXT like a year and a half ago. I was like, this dude is gonna be a star. Like you could tell. I mean, just his size, his physical abilities, his presence, his
He
aura. You know,
looks like
he
a
had it.
wrestler, and
Yeah,
I did finally break down and watch his promo. Damn, I have to admit it was a good promo. Okay, and I don't like
yeah.
promos today because they're just like, that's what they are.
Mm-hmm. Promos about 95% of wrestlers these days are terrible. So it just it's
But
like
this was more
they have
commanding. He has,
yeah
as you
they
said,
have
he has a presence. Yeah.
yeah they have like this look on their face, desperately trying to remember their lines. Like
Oh, what was that line again?
yeah,
It was better
because
when they just made him
especially
up.
yeah because WWE is so overproduced, which we've complained about for a long time that they have full scripts for these guys to memorize before they go out there, and I'm like, that's not going to work. Like 95% of the talent are not really talent; they're just actors. You know, they're expected to go out there and perform these shitty promos with shitty writers write because they're all
And they go
because they
on
hire
forever.
yeah they hire these like or at least Vince did. I don't know what they're doing now, but Vince would hire these comedy writers, you know, that written for TV sitcoms and expect them to do that. It's like I don't know what Triple H and them doing now, but I'm assuming they still have a bunch of those sitcom writers hanging around. So it's like they try to be funny, they're not funny. It's just corny for the most part. So yeah, but
Thanks, BBC.
yeah, this match was actually a good match. You know, it but unfortunately it didn't last long because McIntyre interfered and caused a disqualification. But
Yep. And we kind of figured that was going to happen cuz I
yeah,
mean, you don't want anyone to lose their belts. So NXT belt with Cody Rhodes is pointless. It's meaningless. And of
they
course, Obafemi, they are never going to give that title to him. Not right now.
no, it was a non-title match. There was just
Yeah.
fighting,
Okay.
just wrestle, just to wrestle. But yeah, I mean, they weren't gonna beat Cody Rhodes and Oba Femi. I mean,
Yeah, no.
it would have been ballsy. It would have been ballsy to have Oba beat Cody. I mean, it would have been very ballsy. You know, do a one,
Right.
two, three in the middle. But as like it's Cena's retirement, if they do that, then this overshadows whatever Cena does. So it's not gonna happen. So yeah,
But
so they did.
Femi can actually wrestle. I saw really great, crisp wrestling moves from him. I was actually kind of shocked. I expected him to be jumping around like RVD. I'm like, oh God,
No, but
RVD, stop it.
he's like 6'6", 260. I mean,
I
chances are
know, and he's a
he
big
can't do that.
dude, man. He's a
Yeah,
big dude. But he's not like corny like Hogan used to be. You know, Hogan was 6'6". Well, in his boots
yeah,
anyway. But I
in
mean,
his
he was
boots.
like
Yeah,
6'6", 300 pounds. And I
yeah,
mean, but Hogan was corny. This guy, I mean, he
yeah.
looks the part, he feels the part. Yeah, I agree. He's gonna be a big star
He
someday.
was Hogan was pretty corny, but at the same, he was so over, but it didn't really matter. You know, it's like yeah, everybody adored that man. I mean, actually in the '80s because he had the pro America gimmick and he was fighting
Yeah.
all the evil foreigners like Iron Sheik
Iron
or
Sheik.
Nikolai Volkov
Yep.
or
The Russians, yeah.
the
Hmm.
Russian, yeah, whatever. You know, there's so
And
many
then in the
that
early
Hogan beat.
90s, they turned Slaughter, of course, to an Iraqi sympathizer
Yeah,
because of the
yes,
war, and that dude got death threats. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not even
he
kidding when
did.
I'm saying that. So, but he was the rah rah America, and of
Mm.
course everyone had to get behind him because we were at a state of war. So
And now
even in the 80s, we're the Cold War, and then of
the Cold
course
War, it worked
the first Iraq war took over
in the
that
early
war.
'90s.
Yeah.
That worked too. Then, but by '94, it's like Hogan got was old. He was just even the fans were sick of him. He's like corny, you know. It was like, by '94, like the Cold War is over, the first Gulf War is over, so it's kind of like, and what, the same shit still be seen in 1984, so what? But yeah, so that was actually a pretty good match. I knew you would like Obafemi based on the way he worked. It's like, oh, Ruichi would definitely like him if she sees him. So, so
I give the
all right.
match
What was
3
the other
stars. I give it 3.
match?
It
Okay.
was a good match.
I can't remember the other. I think it was you said it was last week. So let me actually pull up the card because oops, not Hogan, not that, not that. Here we go. Well, no, actually, it's this one. Uh, the next match was oh right, Sol Ruka defeated Bailey by pinfall.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, and I'm sitting there going, "Who the fuck is this again?" But I actually felt bad for Bailey because we knew she was not going to go over.
No, she was gonna
They're
get beat.
trying to put over. It's almost like they're trying to put over so far. They're trying to put over the NXT talent.
Yeah, that was the whole point. That was the point of the show until the main event. But
And talk about no kayfabe. At the end, everybody's reins in each other's hands. I'm like, oh God, no kayfabe. Oh God,
yeah,
where's
so
the kayfabe? You guys are supposed to be, opponents. You're not supposed to be, yay, we're all friends. Oh God,
yeah,
there
you
went the
know,
kayfabe.
so yeah, I mean, Sol Ruka is what she is. I think I told you this last week during the show. She's literally they hired her from college. She was a gymnast.
Yeah,
So why am I not
and still
surprised
a
that that's what she
gymnast.
does? That's what she
She's
does
still,
in the ring. They use her
she was
athletic
jumping all
ability
over
in
the
order
place. Like,
to,
what the
yeah,
fuck? Did I just
yeah.
enter into some kind of gymnastic?
She was
You
a
know,
gymnast in college.
Yeah, did I just go in front of like a gymnastic competition? What the fuck?
Yeah. And
Poor Bailey.
she ran around Bailey like a million miles an hour. Bailey was standing there like she didn't know what she was doing. So it's like eventually, all you got to do is snatch her up and put her like in a chin lock or something. Tell her to slow down, but she never
Right.
did. That's what I think. Who did that? I think Undertaker may have done that with one of these younger guys who try to run around him like that. It's like snatch him up in a chin lock. It's like slow down. You're way too fast here. I can't keep up.
Yeah, cut this is not a gymnastic competition. Cut that shit out. All right. It's not worth it. I don't want to watch a bunch of gymnasts. That's not what I
wasn't
wanted to watch Saturday Night's main event for.
it wasn't a good one. It's more like it was like okay, so Ruka went over. They're obviously going to use her in the main roster pretty soon because she's barely lost the match. And even if he does, it's because she's protected. So they definitely want to use this girl. So unfortunately, Bailey had to put her over. I'm sure that she's fine with it at this point because I don't think she's done much complaining about it, but about she keeps doing jobs. But
I
all right,
mean, she's not getting any younger. I'm just saying, I think maybe WWE might be done with her. I don't know. But because she's
maybe
always doing jobs, and I always feel sorry for her, win something once in a while. She knows how to do the moves, so let her do
she's
them.
36. She's 36 for a woman. That's pretty old because most women are out of the business by their early 40s. So yeah,
Well, you do
she's
have Trish
36.
Stratus coming back, and she's in her 40s, almost 50s. So,
Yeah, but
I
she's not
mean, more
around full
kudos to
time.
you if you can stay in it and you're a woman and you can stay in it till you're 40, 50. But I
Yeah,
mean, I don't think they don't have anything else for her. That Lyra um
Lyra
storyline is
Valkyria.
getting old,
She
and we don't understand. I don't understand what they were doing with that. Are they kind of doing what they did with Rhea, which was like a pseudo lesbian thing, or what?
I think
You know
they're
what I mean?
best
Like,
friends.
yeah, like,
No, no,
oh,
what
it's
I
my
know what
best friend.
no, Lyra looked up to Bailey, and they've been kind of together ever since. But it's been Bailey's turned on her. Now they're back together again. It's just a weird. I don't know. I don't know what's the ultimate point with that. Whether eventually they want to turn Lyra heel on Bailey or something,
Or
because no
turn
reason for
Bailey
these two to be
officially turn
together.
Bailey heel.
Yeah, because Lyra's terrible. I mean, she's awful on the mic. If you've seen her talk, it's like like, why is she still not in NXT working on her promos? I mean, she's capable in the ring, but her promos are just brutal to listen to.
And her facial
All right,
expressions.
that's also terrible too. Yeah, so you can tell if it's bad acting on her part with her facial expressions. All right. The next match had AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, the tag team champions, defeating Javon Evans and Leon Slater by pinfall.
Oh, this was just awful. And then at the end, they raised their
Yeah,
hands. It's,
it,
stop with the non
AJ Styles.
kayfabe stuff. Just stop it.
AJ Styles defeated and Dragon Lee defeated the two. One Javon Evans is from NXT and Leon Slater's in TNA. So, and by the way, Javon Evans and Leon Slater are the same thing. They're the same age. They work exactly the same way, which is the million miles an hour gymnast flippy type moves that they do. So
And you
that's
were
how they
right. I
work.
was going to hate it, and I hated it. I'm
Hmm
like, stop jumping around. This is not a gymnast competition.
So unfortunately, AJ Styles is nearly 50, but Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Leon Slater all work the same way basically. So it was one of those type of matches. So AJ can't really keep up anymore, so he kind of did the more grounded offense, but for the most part, the other three kind of just flipped around, and it wasn't really that interesting. And it's the shortest match, by the way, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So the first three matches are pretty short. They gave it less than 10 minutes
Hmm.
because they wanted to give the main event as much time as possible, which is Gunther defeating John Cena in his final match by submission in 23
And
minutes and
everyone
25
saw the.
seconds.
Did you see the smile on Cena's face before he went like
Yeah,
this?
yeah, he
He's
just
like
slightly
like that. Like he knew. Yeah, okay, this is my last time, so I'll just smile about it. No kayfabe whatsoever. You could see him talking to fucking Gunther. You could see it. I literally saw his lips moving. I'm like, stop talking, Cena. We can see your lips moving.
that's what he did. It was
Stop
it,
doing
there were
that.
there were people trying to excuse this on the internet, which was like, oh, okay. Apparently, one of the excuses are, well, he could have gotten out of it, but he didn't really want to, and he was done, so he just smiled and kind of tapped out weakly. And I was like, yeah, that's not a good reason to do that. They were also,
Okay. Is that what you tell
it's,
yourself at night?
yeah, that's not really a good reason for him to smile, and especially when he's about to lose. So would have made more sense if Cena would have super Cena up, try to get out of the sleeper, maybe hit Gunther a couple times in the gut, but Gunther manages to reset the hold, knock him back down. Maybe he can do it one more time, pop back up, try to get out again, but eventually Gunther cinches up one last time and he goes to sleep.
Well, and
Yeah.
your mom was like, "Oh, I hated that," because everyone was shocked. Everyone expected it was Cena's retirement match. He was going to retire, so they all thought that Gunther was going to put him over on his way out, right? And he'd ride out
I didn't
into the
think,
sunset.
yeah, I didn't think they Cena would go over in his last match. I thought I initially said Cena should tap out because he had the never give up type of gimmick. He hadn't tapped out. Actually, he WWE claims he never tapped out before. That's not true. He tapped out 3 or 4 times before he became Super Cena, basically the top guy. So he hadn't tapped out in 20 years. That's really the truth. So when he tapped out, that was a big deal. But I didn't like the way they did it. They should have done it the way I just suggested. Maybe he could Super Cena up once,
Hmm.
maybe do it again, like in a desperate attempt to get out. But eventually, Gunther cinches up the hold one last time, and he could tap out briefly, but he could have just passed out too.
Yeah,
So
I
it
would
would
have
have
rather
been.
just seen him pass out because that never give up. Now it's just all shit. They know it's all just shit. He didn't really mean it. He just gave up. He literally just tapped and gave up.
He
It was
tapped
just
out in the most terrible way possible because
yeah,
it's like
with a smile on his
basically,
face, no kayfabe, and
yeah,
okay,
yeah. He just like I could get up and I could kill Gunther, but I really don't want to. So I just want to go do my movie. So
yeah, a
can you
lazy
please
way
end this?
out.
Yeah, this is just very lazy finish. Technically Cena tapped out, which was the point. Try to put over Gunther. All of a sudden, Gunther's like the top heel. He's like at a stratosphere that 99% of wrestlers don't get to these days when you comes to a heel.
And
Because
I agree. And
everybody,
he's a good heel too. And he can do
yeah,
the moves and he knows the moves. He can cut a great promo if need be. Because he cut one on SmackDown before the Saturday Night's main event. And he said, I'm gonna make Cena fans cry or something like that. So and actually
yeah,
they did. The fans were like, wait, what?
yeah,
Cena didn't win, you know?
no,
Like
and he,
they actually shot the crowd and the crowd was like this, like, oh my God, I
yeah,
can't believe Cena didn't win.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like the casuals are pretty markish. Like they don't really understand how wrestling works. They just watch because they like Cody Rhodes or they like Cena or they like Roman Reigns, because they see them all in movies, but they don't really understand it. I mean, it's like you always 99% of the time when a guy retires or leaves the territory or leaves the company, you always leave on your back. Like you put somebody over before you leave. That's not always Undertaker. I think won his last match at WrestleMania against AJ Styles, but that's rare. Usually, the guys go out on their back usually, and then see they did. Cena did what wrestlers do when they retire. He took off his shoes, left them in the ring, and left all his gear in the ring, and then walked out.
I first thing I want to say is John, blessed be, and happy winter solstice or blessed Yule, whatever you celebrate. Yes,
Hmm.
it is the winter solstice tomorrow. It is the first day of winter.
Yeah,
So blessed be to all my Wiccan people and pagan people. Keep it real, y'all. And then the second thing I wanted to say was, yeah, I guess I'm sort of first of all, I think this was too overhyped. For what it was too overhyped. Okay, Cena's leaving. Nobody cares. Just everyone's going to forget about Cena in a month anyway, right?
hmm, yeah,
Um because he's not going to be on. This is it. He's done. I didn't like Cena
yeah,
to begin with. I didn't like his gimmick. I didn't like anything about Cena, okay? Um I just don't like I didn't like the way Cena wrestled. I think he was too overhyped too as a wrestler. I couldn't get into John Cena.
yeah,
So, there's a lot of wrestlers I couldn't get into the not attitude era, but the PG era. I couldn't get into a lot
yeah,
of the wrestlers in the PG era. Just like in the attitude era, the only wrestler I really liked was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
yeah.
Um but
I,
this was what it was. I mean, it is what I guess it's what
hmm,
Cena wanted, or Cena wouldn't have done
yeah,
it. Though I think
no,
Cena
they,
just says, "Okay, I'll do it," that kind of thing. Because you have the Rock thing in there, so you have the Rock coming in, fucking up the plans, turning Cena heel. No one knows why Cena
yeah,
is heel. Nobody wants to boo Cena anyway. So it didn't make any sense to turn Cena
mm-mm,
heel, because it was his retirement tour. Um, it didn't make any because nobody wanted to boo Cena. That's I mean, you could say,
no,
well, oh well, they were doing that because they needed a heel for Cody at WrestleMania. You could have a babyface versus babyface match, and it could have been the same. It would have been better because again, nobody wanted to boo John Cena. He's that huge baby face that everybody saw as like, the kid next door or the man next
yeah,
door. It kind of like the Bob Backlund thing that they were kind of into for a while. But I mean, Cena's past his prime. He can't,
hmm,
he shouldn't be wrestling anymore. But the whole Rock thing just didn't make any sense to anybody, and it was a waste of time when Cena ended up apologizing to the crowd and being that big hero again. Anyway, so it just didn't make any
it was
sense.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole heel turn was dumb, and then they had no way out because, of course, because here, if Rocky didn't come back for that one show, because that one show, Elimination Chamber, was the only appearance of the year, you haven't seen him since, and The Rock once again made the ridiculous suggestion of turning Cody heel and to join him in his group, which never happened, by the way. There was no group, so Rock never just came back. So he abandoned the angle after starting it. So yeah, I don't want to really see him on WWE TV again. But yeah, so that was that. Um so the
I
next
just like
night
that
was
your
Raw.
mom goes, I didn't like it. I was like, for what
Yeah.
it was okay. But I mean, Gunther got more out of that match than Cena. Gunther took 90% of the match. And
Yeah.
again, you could see Cena talking to him. And I'm like, oh my God, Cena, stop talking. Don't like hide. Kurt used to do this. If you want to do kayfabe, you want to do it right, Cena, hide your mouth. See, you can't tell if I'm talking, can you? You can only hear me. But then again, with the cameras we have, you can't see my mouth moving, can you? No, because I'm hiding
Yeah.
my
So
mouth. So Kurt would do it like in the hairline or whatever, or
yeah.
he'd go like this or whatever.
It would-
But you wouldn't be able to tell if Kurt was talking to his opponent or not. You know what I mean?
Yep. So the next night on Raw, I mean, yeah, the next night was it? And I'm kind of confused. I'm sure it was
It
no, it was
was
Monday night.
2 nights. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
night.
Anyways, Gunther starts the show first, and they spend 10 or 15 minutes in the ring. Just they wouldn't let him talk. They booed him. Like that was the whole intention. That's what they wanted. They wanted Gunther to be set up as the top heel.
Right.
Because what I would do with it eventually is to have Gunther go up against Cody for the WWE Championship. And because he's ready for that now. He's ready
Or
to go
that
up
or
against
Punk.
Cody.
Do you think they could start something with Punk? Maybe start a feud
Maybe,
with
but
Punk? Well, no,
maybe,
because they
but
got Braun Breaker doing
yeah,
that
yeah,
whole
that's
thing
not to
with Punk.
say. I mean,
So
that's an option, but they have Bron Breaker kind of hanging around Punk. So I don't think, in anyways, Gunther never got his win back from Punk from SummerSlam, but I don't think that really matters right now too much. So I think most likely they're setting him up for a big feud with Cody because he's
possible.
set up now. He's set up now for that because he's
But
not gonna be any more over as a heel. He's not.
right, but I think they're also still trying to, because Drew McIntyre hasn't gone to do his movie yet, because I think the actor is still hurt, isn't he? So
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't see highlights of Raw or SmackDown. I kind of looked at it and went, ugh, okay, I'm not watching that. But from what I could see, it looked like Cody Rhodes is telling Nick Aldis, bring Drew McIntyre back. I want a piece of Drew McIntyre. So I think it's going to be like the Drew McIntyre versus Cody versus Gunther. If they do start this thing with Gunther, it's definitely going to be a 3-way, of course. They're always doing those 3 ways or 4 ways.
or they'll just beat McIntyre again, have him kind of
Yeah,
Cody
what's
kind of
with that? I
dispatch of
mean, he
him.
doesn't win anything anyways.
Yeah, so or they can just beat McIntyre, just Cody just dispatches him, and then Gunther comes out to challenge him. They do a 1-on-1. So
Either that or it's going to be a 3-way.
yeah, one
No
or the other, but
disqualification and
yeah,
lazy booking.
one or the other. But I don't because McIntyre's eventually going to go away and do that movie. Now the question,
Right.
that's why putting a title on him wouldn't really make sense because he might have to go away and who knows when because once the star is ready to go, they can just call him up on a whim. It's like, hey, you have this contract, get come to this movie now. So he has to go away, So he's not be WWE champion while that happens. So it's like that's why Cody's just gonna beat him and dispatch him, like so
Well, and that
I
makes a
know
lot of sense. I'm just saying, like, only because I didn't see it, because I was just like, "Ugh," I'm at work and it was really busy today. So I'm like looking at these screenshots that they have, on the WWE
mhm,
website or whatever. I'm just like, "Ugh,
mhm,
do I really want to watch this or can I just skip it?" And I had to skip it because I was literally busy at work. But I mean, the fact that he is begging Nick Aldis to do the right thing in his eyes and reinstate Drew McIntyre tells me they ain't done with Drew yet. So, I mean, there's still that chance that I don't know how long he has before this movie gets going again. It could be
yeah,
6 months, but I mean, do I think they're going to put the belt on him? Most
no,
likely not. No. And he'll get beat again and he has gripes. He has real legitimate gripes. They keep
just be
freaking, beating him. Maybe
they
when he's
beat
done with this movie, maybe they will put the belt on him.
yeah,
Who knows?
maybe, but right now no, they've been beating him like a drum for years anyway, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. But he's still over as a heel because the fans know he has a gripe. He has a legitimate gripe.
He
He's been
has a
screwed
legitimate
over
gripe.
year
They
after
keep
year. That's why people still care about him. because he has that gripe, that he's been screwed around. And it started back when Roman Reigns was champion. I mean, he was screwed out of that title at least 2 or 3 times. In that 3.5 year title run Roman had. And then he beats Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 for the world title. Then Damian Priest immediately beats him. So it's like, yeah, he's barely been world champion since like the pandemic. So okay, so yeah, let's see what else.
Braun Breaker.
We
I
Bron Breaker
mean,
cut an excellent promo leading up
comes in
to
6 months, 6 months or 7 months or 8 months or however many months he's been in it now.
Mhm.
Comes in like a blaze of glory, just like I expect any second generation to do. Because again, Braun is second generation. Everybody knows his dad. I didn't like his dad, Rick Steiner, but I didn't even like Scott Steiner. I didn't like the Steiners, but I like Braun Breaker. I like what he's doing, the promos he's cutting. He's like his dad and his uncle all rolled into one. You know what I mean? Like if there is like an ultimate Steiner, that he is just that. And like I said, I didn't like Rick or Scott Steiner, not even when Scott went to the NWO, and I love the NWO. I still just could not get into Scott Steiner. I really tried. I was like, nope, sorry. But there is that, you feel it in him. When Braun Breaker talks, it's like you pay attention, you listen. He has everybody on on the edge of their seat, so to speak. He just has that kind of a promo where and he was absolutely correct when he said Seth Rollins was holding me down. Absolutely correct. 100%, no shit. 100% correct. Yes, because in my opinion, Seth Rollins is in the past. He is not the future. He is the past. He literally has been in the business for what, 20 years? Almost 30 years now?
20, because he started in Ring of Honor in the mid 2000s. So yeah, he's been around for a long time. People don't realize it, but yeah.
And that's good, Wiggly. I tried to get into Scott Steiner, especially when he went to the NWO, because again, I'm a huge NWO fan. Loved the NWO, especially when Kurt Hennig went to the NWO. Because I'm a big Mr. Perfect fan. I love Mr. Perfect. Of course, we also have Bret Hart fan over here. Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart, SummerSlam. And Uncensored, they faced each other in Uncensored in WCW. But anyway, yes, Steiner math. And actually, Braun Breaker did do a joke about that because he tried that Steiner math thing. He's like, I'm 84% gonna win this match or whatever, and then they ended up not winning.
So
or he did something like that, like something similar. I'm like, that's impossible. So I do like Braun Breaker. I think he is the future. I know he is the future. I don't know where that puts Bronson Reed. I'm not much for Bronson Reed. I'm more for Braun Breaker because he's that beast. He can really wrestle. He knows the moves.
It puts Bronson Reed in. He's just a big guy, He's going to go out there.
It's
he's
like
gonna
having Yokozuna out there.
destroy people.
You can only do so much with him, right?
But I don't know what type of role they have for him envisioned after this whole Vision thing ends, because is he just going to go back in the mid card and fight for the Intercontinental, the US? I mean, I guess. I mean, that's ultimately. I don't really see him as a big top main eventer, even though they've tried.
Right.
They've
And a lot of people are
but
saying that the Vision is kind of like a lesser NWO. Maybe, but I mean, the NWO is what it was. Okay, leave that in WCW.
It was a
leave that there.
It's just a stable, I don't know how to describe it. It's not the NWO. It's not even the Bloodline, It's just a stable. They're trying to get these guys on TV, especially Bronson Reed, try to get him some TV time. So this stable's together. For some reason, randomly, Logan Paul's now part of the Vision. Like,
I don't know. And I do want to talk about that because Frazier goes down. Did you see that fight?
Yeah.
Even my coworker was talking about it. I'm like, I didn't see it, but like the fact that Jake Paul got punched out by a big black dude. Oh my
Yeah,
god! I'm like, yes, we
because
have to talk about this tonight because
yeah. So
I really hope this knocks Logan Paul down a peg or two or three. Guess what, Logan Paul? You fucking suck, and so does your fucking brother. Fucking brother got
what hap-
punked, bitch.
what happened was Jake Paul kept booking himself. He kept booking fights against older, way past their prime boxers. The last fight he
Right,
had before this one was against Mike Tyson, who's 58.
right.
So yeah, so I'm like, I saw that fight. I'm like, if Tyson could move the way he moved 15 years ago, he would have killed Jake Paul, but he couldn't move anymore. So it was tough for him to get in position to punch out Jake Paul. Unfortunately for Jake Paul, this guy, Anthony Joshua he's still 36. I mean, he is still, he's a
Oh,
beast.
he's
So
a
he got in
beast. You
position.
talk about a
He,
big guy. He's
yeah,
6'6".
he destroyed Jake Paul. I mean, it wasn't even like I thought the fight's supposed to go 8 rounds. It went six. Before, and I was kind of falling asleep because all Jake Paul would do is run around the ring and desperately try to hide from this guy. It was
And try to
pretty
like tire him
embarrassing.
out, and then he could just kind
Yeah,
of punch him, I guess.
yeah, the rope-a-dope strategy, but it didn't work for him. Like a Muhammad Ali against George Foreman in Africa, and for the world title fight. So that's what I thought. He's doing rope-a-dope, but it doesn't work for him because he's still a green boxer ultimately. How many? Like Jake Paul has like 15 fights in his career. Like he's a green boxer ultimately. It's like putting
Not
in a
so much for
green
AJ.
wrestler. Yeah, right. It's like putting in a green wrestler against CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania, expecting it to work. So
You know what I said? I was like, this is Apollo Creed versus Rocky, and this is where Apollo Creed beats the fuck out of Rocky.
yeah, yeah.
Rocky goes down. Oh my
So
god. Just
Logan Paul,
bam. And Jake Paul went
he had
like
that look on his
that.
face. I'm like, and the referee gave him like 3 or 4 chances to get up and to continue the fight. I'm like, after the second one, oh, it's over. I mean, he had that far away look on his face. He was
Mm-hmm.
done. And look, the reason I don't know what's going on. Boxing, some people say is fixed, some people don't, So let's say that it's not fixed. Like the referee clearly gave him too many chances. And why is that? Because Jake Paul's promotional MVP, his company, it was his promotion. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's like, Jake Paul runs the promotion, who's promoting the show on Netflix, and he's fighting in the main event. So no, the referee probably gave him one or too many chances because he should have been called out after like the second knockdown because he was done. He finally
Absolutely.
stopped it after the fourth one, which was ridiculous. I mean, he's like, yeah, he's done. Like this is I want, I'm
That's
sick
what
of this fight.
my coworker's like, just throw the towel. Throw the
They
towel.
didn't. They continued getting up and they continued trying to fight this guy, and the referee should have stopped the fight. It wasn't even close. It was like it was
Right.
over after like the second knockdown.
And
So
the fact that the reason I bring this up is because you had Logan Paul bitching about the fucking schedule for today. I went, oh my God, Logan Paul, shut the fuck up.
yeah, 300.
Seriously, if Logan Paul had to do what Kurt Hennig had to do, what Bret Hart had to do, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, any of the old veterans, their schedule was a whole lot fucking worse. You know why? Because they fucking worked 355 or
Hmm.
356 days out of a year, Logan Paul. It was, hey, you wrestle here. Sometimes you wrestle twice, and then you move on to the next city, dumb fuck. It's called house shows. They used to do house shows. They also used to be on
Yeah,
TV.
or sometimes it's wrestle, wrestle, then get to the next town at 6 in the morning, do a radio spot before the next show in the next town.
And then you wrestle again.
Yeah, and you
And you
wrestle
didn't
again
have time to
because
sightsee. It's not like these guys went to
no,
Japan and oh shit, we got to, we could do whatever we want. Okinawa. No. You had to wrestle in Japan, and then you went to the next city. You went to Hiroshima or whatever's on the
yeah,
Schedule, Tokyo or whatever.
yeah,
You didn't just sit around and go, yeah, this Japan's pretty good. I'm gonna go
no, no,
sightsee with my wife. That didn't happen. A lot of the
no.
wrestlers
The
didn't even take
wrestling,
their wives
well,
to,
the
Japan.
wrestling business changed so much that compared to 40 years ago, these
Oh
wrestlers are pretty pampered and very
my
what's
God.
what I'm
You
looking for.
maybe one show, maybe two shows you have to show up for. Trust me, when there were house shows. Now I understand there's no more house shows. I don't know why, but there's no more house shows.
Yeah, they're
But wrestlers had to
they do
every day of the fucking week they had to wrestle, or they had to be on a plane, or they had to be on a bus, or they had to go here and go there.
what
They don't even understand that today. They're like, what are you talking about? Or like, if you ever heard the old wrestling stories of wrestlers getting in one car and driving with each other, so they didn't have
mhm,
to take their own cars, or they didn't have to
yeah,
take a bus, which was expensive for them, because they got in the territories, they got paid like shit, but they went around to different territories. And trust me, you don't just wrestle 1 or 2 days. Yes, most wrestlers back in the territory days, because unless you were the champ, you really didn't get paid a lot. So unless you
yeah,
were the champ, you had a second job on top of this wrestling on the weekends usually.
hmm
But if you were a
yeah,
star or you were the champion, then yeah, you could like have one job, and this was your job to be champion of the territory. But once that
yeah,
got stale, guess what? You lost your title. You had to go on to a different territory.
yeah. It's very rare when guys will stick around because once you drop the belts and your payoffs go way down. So it's better. And you're not going and champions aren't going to do jobs. Especially back in those days, they
Right.
protected themselves. So it's like, okay, I gotta fuck off to the territory
Right.
in order to do this again, start all over again, basically,
I wish
and
Logan
become
Paul
the
would come on
champion.
our show, because I would tell him, come on my show, come on my show, and sit there and watch what Kurt Hennig had to do. I know Kurt, not only did he do Portland was the main territory, but he went to Japan. He went to Germany with his dad and wrestled. He went over to Memphis. He went down to Florida with Dusty.
Yeah.
He went all over. In 81, even before, well, he debuted in 79, but in 81, I think he was probably doing maybe indies in 80 in 79 and 80, but in 81, and I wish they would put this up, but I haven't seen it on Peacock or anywhere else. I only saw
hmm
this on WWE Network back in the day, and it was
Yeah.
they had old clips or old shows of the WWF. And in
Where
81,
Kurt had
Kurt was
that
still a
run.
rookie. Yeah, he was still a
Yeah.
rookie. In fact, I saw a match between him and Jesse Ventura, and of course Jesse
Yeah.
won because Kurt was more like a jobber at that time.
Yeah.
But it was a great match, even though Kurt was still a rookie at the time, but he was still in the
Yeah.
WWF. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I
he
wonder if
went to different territories. It wasn't just you stayed in one territory.
no, yeah, you had to get more experience. So it was like, let me just book myself all over the country. And I wonder if Jesse remembers that match. I mean, he might not remember that
I
match.
asked him, he does not. He does
Okay,
not.
well, there you go.
He remembers you forget, I talked to him on Clubhouse a couple times.
Oh yeah, yeah, you did.
He doesn't remember that match, but he does remember the match of him and Adrian Adonis against Kurt and Larry, Kurt's dad, Larry the
Uh-huh.
Axe. So they would beat up on Kurt, and then when Kurt got the hot tag, of course his dad comes in and beats them up. But it was made the
Yeah,
match was created for Kurt to kind of be like, oh god, getting beat up, and then dad comes in and saves the day. That's kind of how
yeah.
it
That was the whole
you know
point of the match.
I wish
But
I could get those
yeah,
matches again, but again, I haven't seen those matches for the WWF since the whole library was on
it,
WWE Network.
yeah. So it was
And it
80.
should have fucking stayed there.
Yeah. So all right, let's see. Logan Paul complaining. Yeah, I mean he's a workhorse for today's schedule, not for 40 years ago. Get that point out of the way. Then who was it? It was something else. I remember what it was right now. But
TNA gets a
oh yeah,
AMC
yeah.
deal.
So let's go through because if you guys know the channel AMC, which is where The Walking Dead aired for over 10 years, that's the
America
only thing.
Music Classic. I think it was called
Yeah,
American Music
it was
Class or
literally
Movie Classic.
it was American Movie Classic. It was a classic movie network, and
Yeah, they used
so
to show black and white TV or
yeah,
movies
yeah.
on that because my dad would get had a few or something because did they ever show commercials on that, and then they started showing commercials and he stopped using it. But he used to get movies off of there. Like my dad likes the Duke, John Wayne.
Yeah.
In fact, he got my son watching the Horse Soldiers and oh shit, what was the other one? Not Comanche. Oh shit. Not She Wore a Red Ribbon. Anyway, I'll figure it like at 4:00 in the morning, and I'll text you.
Yeah.
No, but
Okay.
my son was started watching, Horse Soldiers and John Wayne movies that my dad would watch because he actually downloaded or not downloaded them. He recorded them off of AMC because I think AMC used to not have commercials. Now it has commercials.
Yeah. So yeah, the contract. It's the first episode of TNA Impact on AMC is January 15th of next year. So they'll be on every Thursday night from 9 to 11 on AMC. Let's be real, WWE helped them get this deal. If it wasn't for that, TNA would never even been on AMC's radar. So
right.
It's like
Well,
WWE
and then
helped
of course
them
there's
get the
also
deal.
Netflix going after the WB. I don't know what's happened with that. All I know is that they were in negotiations with it.
So
But
Netflix made the
something about like
decision.
Paramount wanted a piece of this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Paramount, and I'm surprised. Paramount, what they're really interested in is the cable part of the business, like TBS, TNT, CNN, which is the primary reason that what Ellison wanted was CNN.
Mm-hmm.
Because we talked about Angel in the Afternoon, but they want that propaganda outlet. So they already got CBS, they got Fox. Now they wanted CNN too, in order to get CNN to be pro-Trump and pro-Israel all of a sudden. So even though they're pro-Israel already, but they want to be pro-Trump. So instead of being anti-Trump,
because MSNBC and CNN are more rah left, and
yeah,
it's just Fox News and any other right-wing media like News Network or something
Newsmax, One America
Newsmax,
News,
yeah, or like all let me suck Trump stick, that kind of thing. So I guess they feel outnumbered of the
yeah. So
relevant
that's why.
ones.
But Netflix seems to be only interested in the movie part of the business. So they don't want CNN. So which is interesting. Netflix don't care about CNN. So right now, I wonder where CNN's going to end up. Whether Ellison's going to buy it anyways, or they'll do something with it. But Netflix gives zero fucks about CNN. They don't want it. They don't want CNN. They don't want TBS, and they don't want TNT. They just want the streaming part of the business.
Well, and here's the
So,
kicker: if Netflix ends up getting TBS, NBC, not NBC, TBS, TNT, and etc., then pretty much Tony Khan's days are numbered.
yeah, and it connects to wrestling because of Tony Khan's Dynamite being on CBS every Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
Netflix is not going to have two, dueling wrestling programs. It's going to
zero
be
chance.
Tony. Sorry, you're done. Bye.
If Netflix
Oh
ends up with
no,
TBS, if they end up with TBS, TNT, and CNN, which they don't want it, but let's say if they do end up with it, the first thing they're gonna do is cancel AEW because they're already embedded WWE.
Yeah.
Like there's no way they would ever piss off WWE in that way by keeping AEW on the air. So
Yeah.
and now here's the reason why this matters: the TNA wrestling to AMC, because AMC would have been a likely home for AEW. But now, since WWE helped them get the AMC deal for Impact for TNA, that's out of the window. So AMC's gone.
WWE is really sticking it to AEW, right? They're just going, oh my god, that's too. I'm sorry, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean that's probably
they
like
are fucking with them. They're like,
because initially TNA is supposed to go to the CW where WWE is at with NXT, but eventually there was a deal. AMC was interested in TNA. Oh, great! I mean, this is a bigger network. It's on cable. It's more opportunity to grow TNA and help TNA or help TNA help WWE basically because the WWE they're using TNA as more of a farm system too, just like they do in NXT. So
they are fucking with them. I'm telling ya. And Tony Khan's over
Yeah.
here going, we closed the gap. I'm like, close the gap on what? What are you smoking?
He's delusional.
What are you
Not
smoking?
only
And
him,
Meltzer is,
not
oh my God, I
they're
wanted
all
to like vomit the last time. I'm like, oh my God, Meltzer, you want to suck off Tony Khan so badly that literally you're going to stick up for your boyfriend. Like,
yeah,
really?
they're all delusional because they're the Impact. Excuse me. Dynamite's most likely going to be canceled within
Right.
the next year or two. No matter because either if Netflix ends up with it, it's canceled. If let's say Larry Ellison ends up with TBS or TNT or CNN, it's canceled too. I don't think Larry Ellison gives zero fucks about wrestling, so he doesn't
Right.
want anything to do with wrestling. So it's going to be canceled then too. So no matter what, Tony Khan and AEW are staring cancellation in the face for the next year or two. So what he should be doing, he should be shopping into other networks, like unofficially. It's like, hey, we could be canceled. You got interested in us, Go to I don't know, what other cables out there. I mean, because WWE's in bed with all of them pretty much.
Can they go to
F-
Hulu?
Maybe yeah, that's an option, or Amazon Prime, because Amazon Prime already airs their pay-per-views, so that's
Well,
the obvious choice for
I
Tony.
think like a month or two ago, they had to give all that money back because a lot of people it cut out like
Yeah,
during the Darby
Amazon.
Allin match or something. It totally cut out, and then people didn't get to see the end of it. So they got like some money back, and then they just
Yeah,
gave it all back. So
Amazon returned everybody's money in order the
yeah,
pay-per-view,
yeah,
which is I'm sure Amazon not happy with AEW, especially if Tony didn't kick in some money there. If
yeah.
Amazon just had to return everybody's money out of their own pocket.
And
And it
trust me,
was
they
that
ain't doing
apparent.
those ratings that they think they're doing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what Max is doing. Max doesn't even know what they're doing because people will not watch the live part of it, but will go back and watch it. But then,
Hmm.
they could like skip out in the middle of it and then they don't watch the whole thing. So you can't get a proper ratings from Max anyway. It's like getting ratings from Netflix because I
Yeah,
don't
it's very
watch Netflix
difficult.
live. I just go back and watch, maybe highlights, but I
Yeah,
don't even
that's the
do
thing.
that anymore.
It's very difficult to get proper ratings on streaming platforms for that
Yeah.
reason, because you can just go in, watch what you want to watch, and kick out before you don't watch the whole show. So it's
Right.
like it's very difficult to get ratings on these streaming platforms. So, or at least it's very different. They won't reveal it publicly. Maybe they do know how to do it, but maybe the Netflix and Amazon could do it, but they're not going to reveal it publicly the way that Nielsen would, because they don't let Nielsen into their software anyways. So it's like there's
Well,
no
and
way for
here's the
Nielsen
kicker.
to
Here's the
go ahead
kicker
here.
that Tony Khan sent a cease and desist letter from the WrestleNomics people right to the WrestleNomics people and said, please stop giving our ratings away. So
But that's
Tony
not
Khan is so ashamed of his fucking ratings that he is literally telling WrestleNomics, I think it's Brian Solomon. I think they
yeah,
sent it to
Brian
Brian Solomon and said,
Brian Thurston.
please stop embarrassing us with these ratings that you're it wasn't even him. They just were, it was
Yeah,
public knowledge.
Tony Khan acted like his ratings are proprietary knowledge for his business, which you can send that cease and desist letter. Ratings are public records, a part of
Yes.
Nielsen. So there's
Yes.
no way he had no authority to do that.
And that's because literally the new Nielsen ratings, he literally was circulating. I mean, he was in the drain. He was ready to be pumped out into the septic
Yeah.
tank. I mean, that's how bad his ratings were. He went from 5 or maybe 6 to like 3 and 4.
Mm.
And that's bad. That's really bad. That literally, I mean, and you could say that about WWE too. Yeah, WWE took a big hit. Not as big as
Yeah.
AEW.
Because they're not really on cable. They're on cable. That Raw's on Netflix. I think
Right.
eventually the plan is to take WWE and put it on streaming platforms altogether and get off of cable.
Yeah.
Because cable's dying.
Yeah.
Cable's definitely dying. So that they're trying to get off of cable. But let's see what else. One more thing. Oh yeah, they revealed the masked wrestler last week or on Monday night when
Right.
Austin
And
Theory
and I'm
revealed to
big enough
be.
to I'm an adult. I'm big enough to say when I was wrong, it was Austin Theory. I just didn't see how it made any sense it was Austin Theory. I thought because they had lied about Seth Rollins' injury the first time with the knee injury. They lied about it. He took LA Knight's finisher. Okay. So they lied about it the first time. So this I have figured because they had done the curb stomp and then climbed out of the cage that they lied about Seth Rollins again. Because again, when Seth Rollins was supposedly hurt, he still took the spear from Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was Seth Rollins because he attacked Punk. He didn't attack anybody else. He just attacked Punk. Excuse me.
But did you see how terrible Austin Theory looked with the shaved head? I mean, it's like he's trying to make him into a mysterious badass. And I don't understand the change, like the complete change of him.
It makes no sense to me. I went, this doesn't make any sense. Why would it be Austin Theory? Oh, well, he was supposed to join I don't give two fucks.
He was supposed. There were storyline plans apparently to have Austin Theory join the Division.
But why?
And the reason why
he doesn't
Paul Heyman
add anything to that group.
No. But the reason why Paul Lee won him in the Division because Paul Lee thought they needed somebody like the babyface needed somebody to beat. So let's put Austin Theory in there and we'll beat him like a drum every night. That was basically the plan for Austin Theory initially. He was supposed to get beat.
Well, if I was Austin Theory, I would say no to that because I want to win some of my matches, you know? I don't want to be some kind of fucking bitch boy.
Yeah, basically, it's like when X-Pac used to get beat in the NWO all the time, to protect Nash and Hall and Hogan, so they would just beat him all the time.
Wow.
Or like X-Pac and DX, the same thing. It needs to get beat all the time, because to protect DX from getting any heat
Sean
or any losses.
He's a saint for wanting to get beat all the time like that. Oh,
that they beat him like a drum.
I need to win sometimes.
They would beat him like a drum in DX and NWO too. He had pretty much the same role, just he was there. He's friends with all the top guys, so just put him there and let him get beat every night. He'll be happy with it, like.
Because he gets to be with the top guys. He should just be happy that he knows Hall and Nash, right?
Yeah, that was and it worked for him because he was willing to do it. So it wasn't like he was bitching and griping about it. He wasn't. So he's around Hall and Nash, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and who else is in the clique? Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Hall and Nash, Pac.
I think that was pretty much it. And then of course they did the curtain call and then
wasn't Just Incredible in the clique briefly?
I think he was in ECW at the time.
No, but he had a run in WWF as that mask guy. What was his name?
I don't know.
Shit, I mean, he had a run in. I think he was in the clique too when he was in WWF. But hold on, Justin. Incredible. Here we go. He had a run in WWF. He was under a mask though, I think. Hold on.
So was Conan. He was a mask.
Aldo Montoya. That's it.
In 95, 96?
He came in 94 to 97. He was Aldo Montoya.
Really?
Yeah.
The only times I never watched, right? I never watched 94 to 97.
Yeah, so he was there as Aldo Montoya. I think he's part of the clique too when he was there, like briefly, So technically, he's also a member of the clique too, because he was friends with those guys. So, but yeah, he went to ECW, became a star over there, and then, now these days he's ripping off wrestling fans. I'm not sure you heard about what he's been doing to wrestling fans, but
no, what has he been doing?
He's been allegedly doing fake fundraisers because he's injured and he needs surgery and all this stuff. He takes the money, allegedly, I'm saying, I have no evidence for this, people claiming this, and he does drugs with it. And then he does the same thing again and asks wrestling fans for more money because he needs another surgery. And then the pattern repeats over and over again. And wrestling fans are too nice and they keep giving this guy their money, even though this guy's been known to rip people off, particularly wrestling fans. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's what he does now. He's allegedly ripping off wrestling fans.
Stay away from Dressed Incredible, okay? Just stay away.
That's what I've been reading. Again, and I don't have any real evidence of that, but that's what I've been reading online, and it seems like it's true because a lot of people have been saying that about him, just ripping off wrestling fans. And not doing surgeries that he's supposed to be doing. Because look, and we've talked about this before, but wrestling fans, I mean, wrestlers just don't have any health insurance. They don't have any 401ks. They have nothing. So when their wrestling career is over, unless you're a top guy like a John Cena, or Roman Reigns, or Cody Rhodes, or Undertaker, or guys like that, you got nothing. You're pretty much basically like, oh yeah, your wrestling career is over. Good luck to you. That's it. The promoters don't care. Occasionally, the WWE, the only thing WWE will do is they'll pay for drug rehab.
Yeah.
If you work for the company, you need drug rehab, you need help with drug issues, they'll pay for that.
But you have
That's
to
it.
want to get into rehab, because if you don't,
Yeah.
then they'll fire you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you
won't
have to
even
want to
bother.
actually go through rehab, and it's like a once and done thing. You go through rehab, you ain't going
shit.
through it a second
Oh,
time.
Alex is here. I didn't realize he was even here.
Hi,
Sorry.
Alex.
I was waiting. I was like, what's going on?
Well, I need you guys to stall for me, because I actually have to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, I really got to go. So I will be
Did
back
well-
in like 2 seconds.
Burrito stuff?
What?
Did you eat those burritos that Eddie Guerrero sent you?
No, not those kind. No, actually, they brought something back at Taco Bell that I actually really like. The Questoritos.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call them.
Okay.
They brought them back. Those were my favorite from Taco Bell. And of course, I'm addicted to the Baja Mountain Dew. But I know I shouldn't drink it. I know.
Go.
It's poison, but I can't help it.
I get it. I'll let you go to the bathroom first because I got to grab my charger. I forgot it. So go, and then we'll do this real quick.
All right, I'll be right back. Stall for me, please.
All right, so Richie's gone. We're about to wrap up and go over to Rumble, Twitch, whatever other platforms we're on. So I forget. And let's see. Since we're stalling, you might as well talk about the Yankees, because what have they done? Like, I don't even know what they've done. Like, zero. I mean, I have heard nothing. And the winter meetings are over.
Haven't really done anything either, at least.
No, I mean, what have the Yankees done? Re-signed Ahmed Rosario, and that's it?
I guess.
I think that's it, right? Yeah, I mean, they've done zero. I'm like, they haven't improved the rotation, they haven't improved the bullpen. In fact, they lost Luke Weaver and Devin Williams from that bullpen.
I'm not upset about that, though.
I'm not either, but I'm just saying, now there's two less arms out there that are quote-unquote dominant and quote-unquote closers, so.
But then again, I don't think the Yankees really missed out on anyone that, like, they should have gotten. Like, I don't know if Pete Alonso is really going to happen, nor...
I don't think so. Pete Alonso, I'm shocked that the Mets didn't even offer him a contract.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? It's like if Aaron Judge was free agent, Yankees didn't bother offering him a contract. I mean, that would have been like, at that point, I'd be like, hey, Hal Steinbrenner's just cheap as fuck, and I want nothing to do with this team. Luckily, he made the call and Judge came back, but holy crap, that would have been horrible. Especially those 10 minutes when we thought he was a San Francisco Giant.
Yeah.
Except John Heyman said arson Judge. It's like, I didn't even, at first, like, who's arson Judge?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the tweet. I was like, what is this? It's like, oh shit, Aaron Judge is a Giant.
Yeah.
Then it turns out, no, he wasn't a Giant.
I'm sure you saw the tweets that I sent to you about, the Mets tweets that I sent. I'm sure you saw.
Yeah, I'm like, really? I mean, the Mets are just becoming the Yankees reject team. It's like they got Juan Soto.
I mean, they want to refer to it as the record, the regular season records, that they're now the big brother. Really?
Yeah. They got Juan Soto. Juan Soto wasn't a reject, quote unquote. The Yankees wanted him back, but ultimately he went to the Mets. Then it was their manager, Carlos Mendoza, former Yankee.
Soto.
Yeah. And now this offseason, you got Devin Williams and Luke Weaver going over for millions of dollars. And, I mean, it's like, are you just going to fill your team with Yankees?
Too, I think they got...
Yeah, I forget who.
Yeah.
I forget who right now, but...
I also forgot.
Yeah, but... Yeah, I mean, and Cody Bellinger's still out there. We don't know what's going on with him. I guess he's waiting for Kyle Tucker to sign somewhere in order to figure out his market, because Kyle Tucker's the top free agent in the market, in the outfield at least, and he hasn't signed yet either. So we're kind of like twiddling our thumbs, waiting for Cal Tucker to actually sign. So the rest of the market is start because we're December 20th. By this point, a lot of teams have pretty much their roster set, but nobody signed. I mean, not even the Japanese guys that have been posted. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that either. So it's like this offseason has been extremely slow, and that's why I haven't really streamed about the Yankees this offseason because nothing's going on. It's like, what are we going to do on the stream? It's just twiddle our thumbs and kind of bitch about how the Yankees don't spend money anymore. It's like, that's kind of boring. So that's why I've held off on streaming about the Yankees for that reason. Is Witchy back yet? No. Okay. So let's see. What else? I mean, shit. I mean, it's like next season. If the Yankees don't get Bellinger back, I guarantee you we're gonna see the outfield of Trent Grisham in center, Judge and right, and either or Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones out there and left. They're not going to spend money to bring in a veteran outfielder like that. They're just going to bring in the two rookies, two young guys, and see who wins the job and go from there.
I don't know if Jason Dominguez is even going to be on the roster next year. He could be tradable, possibly.
Yeah, that's what I'm suspecting too. That he might be. If there's a pitcher out there or something out there Yankees may want, they'd probably be willing to trade Dominguez. Especially since Spencer Jones is like Aaron Judge 2.0. They're like 6'5", 6'6", and the Yankees fell in love with those huge guys. So don't be surprised if Dominguez is actually traded before the season starts.
Did you download the videos, by the way?
I've tried, but my internet's been terrible all day. So hopefully, yeah. I mean, I was complaining about it earlier with Witchy at the beginning of the show. It's like my internet's just been completely fucked. And yesterday I was lagging like crazy too, which pissed me off. So it was like
Your
apparently
connection's fine right now. So
okay, yeah, I don't know. My connection's inconsistent as hell. I got the highest speeds Comcast has too, allegedly, and it's still spotty. So I don't know whether because the router's in the living room and I'm in a bedroom here, so maybe the wall is like weakening the signal. I might have to get a Wi-Fi booster or something that boosts the signal. That might be my only option at this point because I'm like, really? I mean, I pay all this money and the shit don't work, or it works.
They're called extenders now. They used to be called repeaters. Okay. Yeah, they're called extenders now.
So I'm gonna have to probably get one of those at some point because today I'm fine apparently, according to you guys. But
yeah, he's perfectly fine, right, Alex?
Yesterday I was just lagging all over the place. Yeah, so let me go get my charger because it's not going to make it a full hour. I forgot the charger. So just bear with me 1 second.
He needs us to stall.
Yeah, just stall for me and then we'll be good into the clips.
All right. So I just wanted to bring up my Kurt Hennig is the best. Nobody beats Kurt Hennig. Nobody. What episode are we on? I forgot. I'm sorry. I do these so in advance. Like I'm gonna do one tomorrow. I will be coming out with a new tarot show. I'm gonna do the next week, so the 22nd through the 28th. I'm gonna be doing that. We're going to let's try that again. I'm gonna be recording it as soon as I get off of here, but episode 118 is coming out tomorrow at 9:00 on Rumble. So look for that. I forgot what it's called now. 118 is Kurt Hennig shows early greatness. Portland, 1983 showdown with Scott Ferris. So I don't know who Scott. I think Scott Ferris was just a jobber at the time in Portland. And then, he had a match with Kurt Hennig. It's a great match. So please watch it and retweet it if you can. It is coming out tomorrow, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Rumble. So, if you can check that out, please check that out, retweet it and share it, like it, subscribe, do whatever you can. Hit that like button because I like to go topless. Okay, no. I'll do whatever. Please share the show, okay?
I forgot. I got everything except for the charger. And now there you go. There's no way I would have made another hour. So, all right. So yeah, there you go. And let me just get off of the other platform.
Yeah, this is where we're switching to Rumble, guys. So
Yeah, go to Rumble. Go to Rumble.
yeah. Oops. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching.
The first video, like I mentioned multiple times, is the Kurt Angle reveals shirt that I showed you back in January.
Okay.
One person I don't want to see shirtless.
Not what this is about.
Well, I actually retweeted. It was at the Royal Rumble.